that's the situation in Kogi State, but obviously the spillover effect is not just in Kogi State. We earlier showed you the report of queues back at filling station, petrol stations in the Federal Capital Territory. It's linked to that because, as you heard in that report, some of the trucks are supposed to convey petroleum products to the Federal Capital Territory have been stuck on the road for days, and so the petrol stations in Abuja running dry, and so we see the long queues and, of course, the birth or rebirth of black markets there. And it's also affecting food because, for instance, Olam Agri has said how it lost over $15 million worth of planted crops because floods submerged 4,500 hectares of rice farmland in Nasarawa State. Well, this is just one of the examples, or some of the examples, of threats to life, to property, livelihood, and food security in the face of climate change, extreme weather, and of course, in this case, flood. Well, we have joining us for this conversation now Mr. Ade Adefeko. He's the Vice President, External Relations and Stakeholder Management with Olam Agri. He joins us virtually now for this conversation. Mr. Adefeko, thank you so much for joining us. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, well, first of all, I guess we should just say, well, so sorry about this loss of over 15 million worth of crops that you've had just at a go. And I wonder how, I mean, the spillover effect, because obviously Olam is trading or planting these things, but of course it's Nigerians that are consuming it. The spillover effect is what's really scary for a lot of Nigerians.
You're very right. It's unfortunate what has happened. On the 2nd of October, the River Benue overran its banks. And of course, this was as a result of what happened in the dam in neighbor Cameroon, the Lago Dam. And don't forget that this Lago Dam had already had the same effect in 2012, when we had the same kind of crisis. But unfortunately for us, with all the things we put in place, climate change is real. The dikes we built was overrun by that. And I mean, like you said, we've lost between $15 and $20 million. That's a lot of money. And for now, the farm, for people who don't know, to put in context, is 13,500 hectares, of which we already farmed 4,500 hectares. So we're about to reap, as it were, from what we had sown in November. And this came out on the 2nd of October. So not a very, very good, happy independence for us, because I mean, it came a day after our independence anniversary celebration. So it's unfortunate, but I must say that Nigerians should brace up for, a hike in prices of rice.
Yeah, because I was going to say, yeah, we're talking of Olam here now, but on countless smaller farmers that also have this effect, that have not made it to the news. And if we can have, as big as you guys are, also suffering this, I mean, the voiceless, the smallholder farmers are even at bigger risk.
Don't forget that the smallholder farmers you're talking about farm for us, and we buy from them. Yes. So as much as the smallholder farmers are affected, we are affected as well, because it's a value chain. And for us, we have over 7,000 smallholder farmers who, to a large extent, farm rice for us, and they have been affected. So we have two communities of 5,000 each that have been displaced by this flood. So what we're trying to do is that, we are big, but as big as we are, we have to be able to carry the burden. So we have supported them with a lot. We have supported them with a lot of, with a lot of relief materials, just to make sure that, take them away from where the flooding is. We're hoping that the flood will recede, and after the flood recedes, we'll be able to counter losses further. Yeah. But it's unfortunate that as a country, we are not addressing climate change as seriously as we should. We mouth it, but we don't do. It's all rhetoric sometimes, but it's unfortunate. Because what I'm being told reliably is that the Cameroonians and Nigeria had a bilateral in which they discussed this dam issue. And Nigeria was supposed to have done its own bit, but Cameroon did its own bit, but Nigeria unfortunately didn't do its own bit. That's why we are where we are. We'll come back next year again and be back on this same topic, unfortunately.
Yeah, last year we talked about flood. Flood. So, I mean, and unfortunately, as you noted, this is the harvest period, when a lot of farmers are supposed to reap from where they have sown. And then we're having this very unfortunate, I mean, even if it's just for this season, we're supposed to have cheaper prices when it comes to food because of the harvest. And that's also being taken away from us.
Food security is very important, and food security is related to security itself. As we speak, we're going into the Yuletide, and don't forget this is political season as well. As we speak, the price of rice in the market is around about 34,000, but I won't be surprised if that goes to as high as 40, 40, 40, 42, 44, 46. I don't know. I can't even. You see, we're still doing what we call serious, what's it called, stock taking of what has happened. It's unfortunate. Food security is related to security itself. There's the Yoruba saying, it's unfortunate what has happened, but again, we pick up the collateral damage and we'll continue to see what we can do.
Okay, so what, from your perspective, should we be doing as a country now to deal with the issue of climate change and occurrences such as this?
What we should be doing for climate change is that we are part of what you call COP, Conference of Parties. We had one in Scotland, which was held, and we said the right things. We have one coming up in Egypt, Sharm el-Sheikh. But we don't want to attend these conferences for the sake of it. Take this thing very serious. Whether I like it or not, Nigeria is very coastal. Let's even look at Lagos State, where I'm speaking to you from. Lagos is to third water. But Lagos State, to a large extent, has at least, looks like they're prepared. NIMET has announced to everybody about what will happen. But Lagos State has already told its residents that they should move from onshore to offshore. So at least you see a subnational trying to do something. And to be fair to the Nasarawa State governor as well, he has come to our rescue. I mean, a private sector person who is now the governor of a state like Nasarawa, he's come to us, he's come to sympathize. But as I speak to you right now, everybody is on his own. You know, there's this thing that you talk about OYO, on your own. That's exactly what it is for now. I've not had any calls from anyone even sympathizing with me. Like somebody told me, says you have to carry your can, you know. But it's unfortunate because between 15 to 25% of Nigeria's rice needs is supplied by Olam, unfortunately. So if Olam is affected as big as we are, a behemoth, we're a $45 billion business globally, and a $3 billion business in Nigeria. So we're big, and we're from sea to shelf. I'm sure you are aware of Mama's Pride, Chef's Choice. That's the rice that Olam comes with. So, and again, you spoke at the beginning of the program to Kogi. Why Lokoja is at the heart of it is because Lokoja is a confluence town. The River Niger and the Benue meet there. So there's a confluence of parties. And all the tributaries are the ones. So the worst affected states right now, you talk about Nasarawa, you talk about Benue, you talk about, of course, Kogi. So I'm sure Kogi is like it's a floating river, particularly Lokoja. I was in Abuja last week where I went to meet with some stakeholders of ours, and getting fuel in Abuja was difficult because you know what? All the roads are unpassable. So the tankers can't get to Abuja, unfortunately. I mean, look at the expanse of land. It's unfortunately I couldn't show you the footage of our farm, our 4,500 hectare farm, from hours before the flood. It was something else. The lush green paddy that we were going to harvest in November just got, in one fell swoop, just like that. You know, this is a natural disaster, but clearly avoidable. But climate change is real as well. I must say.
Yeah, well, and as you noted, this Christmas, staple food like rice being affected. No. But, I mean, is there anything farmers can do? I
wish I could tell you this. I wish I could tell you what farmers could do. The only thing farmers could do is, first of all, take stock. The new government can offer some palliatives. Because this farming we're talking about now is wet season farming. So what government should try and do now is to provide support for dry season farming. Any support that they can provide for dry season farming. I mean, we ourselves need support. You know, people think that because Olam is big, we're a bit isolated and insulated from the vagaries of, this climate change. We're not. But you know what? It is not Olam that we're going to start discussing with the government of Cameroon on what we should do with the dam, the Lago Dam. Because this thing happened in 2012. And the government of the day then set up an interministerial committee, they set up palliatives and all that. But right now, I've not seen anything in that regard. I've not even seen anybody going there to visit, apart from the governor of Kebbi who went to visit his fellow governor in the spirit of, camaraderie and what we call in French, entente cordiale. So it's what it is. And the earlier we take it, seriously, the better. But I will tell you that this is going to impact on food inflation. Anybody who tells you it's not, we'll be kidding with himself or herself.
Very sad, very sad when
Yes.
we also have other global headwinds hitting purchasing power, hitting consumers from every side.
Yes.
And then,
They said when it rains, it pours. For
yeah,
us
this
right
is,
now, it's raining and it's pouring.
it's pouring. Yeah, very sad. Mr.
Yes.
Adadefeko.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. We do hope that even if it's through this platform, someone will reach out to you, you know, I mean,
Yes.
because this is Nigeria's problem affecting food security
Exactly.
at this time.
Food security is everybody's problem. At the end of the day, we need to have food security. It's only a food secured nation that is a secured nation. Thank you very much.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Vice President, External Relations and Stakeholder Management of Olam Agri. Thank you, and so sorry for your loss.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.